Hello and welcome. I am Herr Alexander Adelbrecht von Macklingen, Lincoln Herald. Today I am going to take you on a walkthrough of the online Midrealm quarterly reporting system on the Midrealm website. This is how you, as a heraldic officer for your group or as an at-large pursuivant or herald, file your quarterly reports to the kingdom, which is a requirement for maintaining your warrant. This video came to be because of hearing people say they couldn't navigate the online system, and I wanted to provide a guide to help you get through the report so that you can be successful in your role as a pursuivant or herald. First things first, how do you get to the online reporting forum? Well, you will need a computer with internet access. Then you will need to get yourself to the Middle Kingdom website at www.midrealm.org. As you can see, I have already taken the liberty of bringing that page up. Once here, you will be able to access the report by hovering over the Heralds tab and selecting Herald Quarterly Report from the drop-down menu. Should you click on the Heralds tab and find yourself on the Dragon Heralds webpage, no problem. On the right-hand sidebar, you will find the Heralds reporting schedule, which includes a list of the dates that your quarterly reports are due, including your Domesday report at the end of the year, and a link to the online quarterly report form. Another important note here, and I think is especially noteworthy, is reports can be submitted as much as 3 weeks before the deadline. So that would be 3 weeks before the dates you can submit your report. For now, let's go ahead and select the Herald Quarterly Report link. Here we are now on the landing page for the reporting form. You will note that the two framed sections here are Begin Report and Report Administrators. You will want to ignore the Report Administrators section. It is not something you will be using. You are going to focus on the Begin Report section here. First, select your title or position from the drop-down menu. You will find all the various offices are listed. If you are a herald or pursuivant at large, you will note your option is listed at the top. For today, I will be utilizing St. Carol on the Moor pursuivant as the example. This is because the St. Carol on the Moor group currently does not have a herald, so the office is vacant. Since the office is vacant, I have negotiated with the Dragon Herald to file the report for demonstrative purposes on that position. Next, you will find the Report ID field. This is usually going to be left blank. It is there so you can go back and edit a previous report. And you will find the report ID in the email you will receive once this report is filed. I will show you that after we go through this report. Next, you will transcribe the CAPTCHA image into the text box to the right. And select Begin Report. One thing you will note here is that I have previously filed reports and clicked Remember this information on this computer. So all of my details auto-load. I like this feature. It saves me some time, and when you're trying to get your report done, it can help. Do note that your membership number must be listed. It is a required field, marked by the red asterisk. And make sure that you are updating the date of expiration for your membership if you renew your membership. Remember, you must be a paid member of the society in order to hold an office. If you are changing information, address, email, phone number, or anything of that nature, make sure that you mark there is a change of contact information since my last report. Or if you are a new officer or a new person to an office, go ahead and select I am new to this office and this is my first report. The section that is blank here, titled Personal Title, is most often going to be left blank. This is for individuals who have been recognized by their Kingdom Principal Herald as a Herald Extraordinary. The next section is for the emergency deputy information. Every officer in the society should have an emergency deputy whenever possible. This is somebody who can file the reports for you in the event that you are unable to file your report due to medical issues or otherwise, and is somebody who should be getting groomed to take over the office. Today, I am going to list my regional deputy in this form, and just for expediency, I will just go ahead and utilize my personal SCA email. He doesn't need to get junk in his email right now because of a demo. The next section is the questionnaire section. In the questionnaire section, you will be asked what handbooks, books of ceremony, email lists you are subscribed to, and what your experience and knowledge is in the various disciplines of heraldry. I will select the Pursuivant, Protocol, and Book of Ceremonies, as I have all three of these. I don't personally keep the Scribe's Handbook, but there is useful information in there if you want to peruse it. I am not currently subscribed to either the Middle Kingdom Heralds list or the SCA Heralds list, nor am I subscribed to the Midrealm forums. While not official communication channels, I have found that the majority of the information I utilize is on Facebook these days. Finally, I come down to the knowledge and experience assessments. Click the appropriate button to mark your selection, noting what each of these represents up above. Next, we come to the outstanding submissions by members of your group. As the heading says, use this space to list submissions that you or your clients believe to be lost. When someone submits a name or a device or a badge to the society, they initially go through the kingdom, and sometimes these submissions may fall by the wayside. It's less frequent in this day and age, as the submission process is largely digitized, but it can still happen. So you will want to list the name, the SCA name of the person who is submitting, what they submitted, and the date they submitted it. We'll say randomly on August 5th I submitted a badge. And the last known status that I had was that this was sent to Rouge Scarf, our external submissions herald. I encourage all group officers to familiarize themselves with the submission process, at least on a base level, so that they can understand where submissions go and therefore how best to track down submissions. Try and do a little legwork before putting in the report so that you can best show where you believe a submission was in the process. Next, you will want to list honors received by members of your group. Again, as the little caption here says, use this space to list awards for your clients that are not listed in the order of precedence. When it says clients, this really means anybody whom you have within your group as a group officer. Let's say John the Builder received an award of arms on October 14th. Oops. Actually, better yet, let's go October 21st at Crown Tournament. If that award of arms for John the Builder was not listed in the order of precedence, just make sure then to note that this was received, and if possible, see the scroll or whatever they received to confirm the honor was bestowed, because I don't want our order of precedence to be filled in with a incorrect submission. I'm going to remove that one at this time. To add another listing, just click Add Another Line, or you can copy the last line to add another listing for that person. Here is the Other Heraldic Activities section. The Other Heraldic Activities section is really to list anything that you have done as a herald or pursuivant that falls within the umbrella of heraldic activities. This includes all things listed up above in the heraldic disciplines: court heraldry, field and list heraldry, armory, anything that you have done. I could say assisted with heraldic submissions, at event consultation tables, assisted with heralding court at fall crown tournament, pride the field at event in kingdom. Anything that you do that counts as a heraldic activity, list it here. Finally, the questions and comments section. In this section, you can list questions about procedures, policy, requirements for warrants, anything that you're curious about, you want more information about, put it in the questions and comments section. It can simply be a comment such as, I noticed so-and-so below me. I'm a baronial herald, let's say, and one of my canton heralds is doing an acceptable job, and I just want to make a comment about how great they're doing. Or as a regional herald, such as I am, I want to say that all of my groups that fall under my purview have filed their reports on time this quarter, and I want to give them a big shout out. Questions, comments, anything that you want to throw in that doesn't really fall in anything else, put it in the questions and comments section. This is a dummy report. Ignore this. It is not bills. I'll also remove the other heraldic activities section here and utilize the same text. Finally, you come to the conclusion. And the conclusion, you will want to note that you need to select I wish to submit this report at this time, and you must submit quarterly report by clicking on the button. Failure to do this will result in your report not being submitted. This brings you to the summary page. Note it says almost done. This information has been saved, but notifications have not been sent. Typically, notifications should be sent to you as the reporter, which I have listed, the Dragon Herald, which is already listed here, Dragon Principal Herald, the Emergency Deputy, which you will note, Deputy St. Carol and the More Pursuivant has been filled in, your immediate superior in the case of administrative cantons, such as, let's say, you are a member of the Canton of Tregirt C, which is part of the Barony of Ayrton in the Midlands region. You want to make sure that your baronial pursuivant receives the report. If you don't see them automatically put in down here, you want to make sure that you add a recipient. List who they are and list their email address. This is important to ensure that everyone receives the report that is supposed to. Also included is your group seneschal in the case of local group pursuivants and regional heralds. You'll note that the St. Carol and the More seneschal is already listed on the report and that they will be receiving the submission. And of course, your regional herald should always be on the report as well. And I'm right there. Once you have added anybody that you wish to add, let's say baronial pursuivant Ayrton. And I would just say herald at Ayrton. I'll make sure to let them know that they can ignore this email. Then you click Send Notifications. When you click Send Notifications, your report has been filed. That's all there is to that. But the next part is that you will find you receive an email. This is your confirmation that your report has been submitted. It will include everyone who has received the report. It will include the report ID here in the subject. In this case, report ID is 5A26C232E5781. This is the piece of information you would want if you needed to go back and edit your report. You can also go back to the report to edit it directly within your email. If you are the submitter and you need to make changes, you may go to follow this link and it will automatically open the report so that you can go ahead and edit it. Just type in the new caption, begin report, and you'll see all the information that was previously submitted is already there. You'll just need to re-click once you've made your changes and re-click Submit Quarterly Report and do the final closeout pieces of information. So that is the process for submitting the Midrealm Heralds Quarterly Report. Thank you for watching this. I hope that this has proven to be a useful resource and tool for all heralds and pursuivants within the kingdom, as well as to my own Midlands region officers. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, and Draco Invictus.